These are the world's most notorious thieves: bank robbers, diamond thieves, museum thefts, and world-famous thugs. These are the people who have stolen like artists and disappeared like magicians. The coming few minutes are going to challenge your ability to think and understand, so stay with us until the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon for the latest videos. Number 5. Société Générale Bank Robbery, France. In 1976, the famous French bank Société Générale reopened after a 2-day festival holiday. As soon as the employees entered, they saw 400 broken lockers. When the estimate of the amount of loot was made, it was about 60 million francs, which is worth billions of dollars today. That day, the robbers committed the biggest bank robbery in the history of France, and it was written on the walls: without weapons, no hatred, no violence. The police were surprised at how the thieves set up a tent in the vacant vault. After a lot of hard work, the police arrested a member of the gang's ex-girlfriend on the tip of her tongue. After third-degree torture, the gang members of the thieves started spilling everything, and all the gang members were caught, including the mastermind of the robbery, Albert Spatieri. Albert Spatieri was a very clever person who had committed the first robbery of his life just to impress his girlfriend. When he came out of jail, he joined the army. After retiring from the army, he had opened his own photo studio and was living a normal life. But somewhere in his heart, the fire of doing something big was burning. Albert Spatieri wanted to be famous and wanted to live a rich life. So he thought of targeting the famous French bank Société Générale, which people thought was a crime because the safe was underground. Albert Spatieri realized that to place a chain in this bank, he would have to use the sewer system. From there, he would have to dig a tunnel that would open directly into the vault room of the bank. He was afraid that there might be some kind of soundproof sensor in the bank's strong room. Remember, we are talking about 1976, when CCTV cameras did not exist. To check the bank's alarm system, Albert Spatieri came up with a very unique method. He went to the bank and rented a locker. In it, he put a very powerful alarm clock and set the alarm time for midnight. But the next day, when he found out, the bank had not even noticed. The sign was clear that the bank had so much faith in its integrity that it had not installed an alarm system. After discovering this, Spatieri hired a team of professional gangsters and dug a tunnel from the sewer near the bank to the underground vault of the bank, which took 2 months. During the 2-day break, he and his team looted the bank. Spatieri was so clever that he instructed all the gang members to stay away from coffee and alcohol, and told them to take a 10-hour nap so that they would not make any big mistakes. However, he was caught. But wait. He was such a clever person that he sent a letter to the judge in the full courtroom saying that all the loot was kept in a specific location. He then distracted everyone and jumped out of the window, where a proven biker was present in a pre-planned manner who quickly made Spatieri disappear. The mastermind behind this loot, Spatieri, was never caught by the police alive. The police could never recover the loot money of Spatieri, who died at the age of 52 and had his body thrown in front of his mother's house. His cunning bank robbery inspired many Oscar-winning Hollywood films. At number 4, we have Frank William Abagnale, born on April 27, 1948, who shattered America's fraud protection system. The famous Hollywood film Catch Me If You Can was based on his life. Frank committed his first robbery at 15 and even killed his own father, who gave him a credit card for his first job. Frank used the credit card to purchase auto parts, returned them for cash, and left his father with a $3,400 bill. He had a convincing quality that fooled people every time and is considered the biggest thug of the modern era. At 21, Frank created 8 fake identities and bank accounts, using checks to scam bankers since all the identity cards and social security numbers were fake. He even posed as a doctor, engineer, and got a fake pilot license to travel the world for free. Frank was eventually jailed for 12 years for his fake identity crimes, but his persuasive techniques earned him an early release in less than 5 years. Today, Frank leads an honest life and teaches at a reputable institute. But do you know which institution this is? Where the biggest thug in American history teaches? You'll be shocked to know. And if you're shocked, then press the subscribe button. Frank William Abagnale is a senior FBI officer who teaches fraud prevention there. Shocked? This is called irony. On November 24, 1971, a person flew from Portland, Oregon in America and took 2 tickets to Seattle, Washington. He told his name was Dan Cooper. As soon as he was in the air, Cooper, wearing a 40-year-old business suit, pointed to a beautiful air hostess. The hostess moved forward and asked, "How can I help you, sir?" Cooper showed his suit slightly open and said, "I have a bomb," and pointed to the air hostess to sit next to him. You remember Cooper had bought 2 tickets. After that, what Cooper did was the most difficult plane hijacking scandal in American aviation history. Cooper smartly sat next to him and not only reached the pilot and crew through the beautiful air hostess, but also sent his message to the Seattle air traffic controller while sitting on the seat. Not only that, but Cooper also demanded a ransom of $2 to leave all the passengers and crew alive in the hijacked plane. Although this amount is much less than the Harry Winston Ducati present at the 4th point, it has been done many times more cleverly than the Pink Panther. The reason you will know now. At an altitude of several thousand feet in the air, Cooper not only took the entire plane without getting up from his seat, but the announcement he made to the air hostess did not let the passengers know from anywhere who the hijacker was. At least not until he was stopped from getting off at Seattle Airport, until the Seattle air traffic controller did not provide $2 4 parachutes, 2 trucks of airplane fuel. After that, Cooper ordered the plane to be flown again because all the passengers were left after providing the money for the fare and all the other thing, so the whole plane was empty. Cooper told all the crew to lock in the cockpit and told the plane to fly at a low altitude. As soon as the plane started flying over Nevada, the pilot in the cockpit was warned to open the plane's door on the screen. Because the plane's door was open, the crew members could not enter the cabin of the passengers again, and the plane was dropped at Nevada Airport in the same way. When the plane was checked, the bag full of money and 2 parachutes were missing. Cooper had jumped from the plane and ran away. Even after giving the pilots immediate information and scanning Nevada's pages, Cooper's whereabouts have not been found, and this mystery has not been found. And this mystery has not been solved yet. So where did Cooper go? Where did the money for the fare go? Was the name we are referring to the real name of the person? Nothing could be found. This is considered the most cunning way of hijacking a plane in history, and in the name of the mystery of DDU. Cooper, it is famous all over the world. Many theorists have even suggested that D.B. Cooper was a time traveler or an alien. But the truth is that he was a cunning thief. Number 2 on our list is the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum art theft, which took place on March 18, 1990 in America. 2 policemen arrived and accused the guard of receiving a theft complaint. Both guards were taken into custody, and the second guard sitting outside witnessed everything. The same police officers came out and handcuffed the assistant guard. Both guards were tied in handcuffs outside for many hours until they found out that there was a theft at the museum. The thieves had taken billion-dollar paintings in the guise of policemen. The thief who executed this plan has not been found yet, and this was the biggest theft in the modern era of platform theft. Number 1 on our list is the Harry Winston Decathier robbery that took place on December 4, 2008 at the world-famous jewelry store in Paris. 3 beautiful women with golden hair and a businessman-type gentleman arrived when the store was about to close. One of the women took out AU 357 caliber gun from her bag while the other held a hand grenade. The Harry Winston people realized that the golden-haired women were actually men, and the store had been victimized by the Serbian Kukab gang Pink Panther. The Pink Panther gang had robbed over $8 billion, equivalent to $12 crore worldwide. They had robbed the most expensive diamond, ruby, and paper collection from the Harry Winston store in just 15 minutes, with a total worth of $108 million. The Serbian Pink Panther gang is still at large. If you want to see part 2 of this video or a detailed video on any of these 5 robbery events, write in the comment section. See you again with another interesting video. Thank you.